All right. Hey, good afternoon, Waycross family. This is our city update for this city took place yesterday. Am I live? Make sure.
Yeah, you are.
Okay. Yeah, this is our city update that should have been. It just still showing my
There's a little bit of a delay.
delay. Okay. Yeah. So my apologies. I'm talking to myself. But this is the city update that should have took place yesterday. What we want to do today is to come back and just kind of give you a quick update about storm recovery, some road safety, some observations, and a few other points that I would have mentioned had it been the normal city update. So, and like I say, this is probably going to be a short one. I'll talk about 6 subjects, and then I'll take some questions if you have any questions. And once again, if you do have questions, just put it in the comments, and we'll come back and answer those questions throughout the day. So, of course, we'll start with the storm recovery. And I won't necessarily call it a storm. We call it snow recovery. And as always, our public works team, emergency services, police and fire, city workforce all together in collaboration with GDOT and other energy-saving organizations, did a great job. I feel like we got the city cleaned up. We kept the city safe, and we allowed everyone to have a little bit of fun with the snow. So if you're out there in the streets today and you see our public works team out there, or our police or our firemen, but please give them a good, pat on the back or a shout out because they came in once again every day to make sure we're always safe. So I just want to send kudos out to our team. We got a great team down here in Waycross, Georgia. I will put them up against anybody as far as maintaining this city. We're so proud of them. On behalf of the mayor and the commission, just so proud of that whole team. They were out here once again endangering their lives to make sure the rest of us are safe. So road safety. So we were very fortunate that we didn't have too many accidents. We had some accidents this morning, just a few minor ones. But for the most part, we were accident free, which we're very thankful for and very blessed for because we did have a lot of cars out on the road. They probably should have been out there, but we didn't have many accidents. Thanks to, like I said, to our team, the county team and the GDOT team, they helped make sure the roads were clear. So we're very proud of that. Very proud of that. I can't think of like I said, a better team. But with road safety, we're still asking you to still be cautious, to follow all, posted signs and speed signs. Don't travel too close to anyone because there's still a lot of salt and dirt on the road. It can be slippery as well. You might have seen that some of the railroad tracks have started getting replaced as well. So please slow down when you go on those railroad tracks. And it just, in general, as always, just please slow down. School is out today. So we do have children out playing, doing the snowman thing. So to make sure they're protected. So if you're around those parks or in the neighborhoods, just please slow down, just to watch out for everybody's safety. Another good thing with the snow coming, we've had a lot of visitors here. Which is a great thing for us. First of all, it brings attention to the city of Waycross, which is always needed, so everybody can see what a great little community town that we have. With them there, I will ask all our business owners and business and store owners just to, be mindful. We have a lot of people here that are not from Waycross kind of driving around right now. So back again to being safe. They're probably looking around where to stop, where to eat. In some cases, they might pull off to the side of the road and want to play in the snow. Especially our neighbors from Florida who don't get as much snow, who didn't get any snow. So just watch out for them while you're shopping and while you're driving, because we want them to come back and visit all the time right now so they can see the many great and wonderful things that Waycross brings all the time. So not just when it's snowing. Communications. So I was very pleased that we had some people use the app. Well, a lot of people use the app to kind of get information or call in information. And this allowed the 911 team to do what they're supposed to do. This allowed our public works girls and guys to be focused on what they're supposed to do. And as well as our engineer partners. So I know we had a few leaks. We really got done and get those leaks fixed. All because we were communicating throughout the whole closure of the last 2 days. So really proud of that app. So once again, if you have not downloaded the app, We're going to put it down here in the comments. Go ahead and download that app. We do have a Apple version, and for us Android Knights, we have an Android version. So download that. And again, too, if you want to get even more communications, we have that email distribution list that you can sign up for, and you'll get emails as well. And then we have a dashboard, your phone. Each of us have cell phones, all those things. So just better ways to communicate with us when you're trying to get information that might not be seen. But as always, we try to post as much as we can on Facebook. We recognize this is not the primary, everybody's not on Facebook, but a lot of folks do monitor Facebook. So I think that's been a great tool, especially during times like this when we're having storms and, weather events. So that was a good thing. Last plug, Wake Watch 101 is coming up here next month. And I think we still only have probably a little bit over half of the seats filled right now. I would just encourage you, especially those wanting and seeking information, to kind of sign for the class. It's going to be very enlightening because it's important that you understand how we do our day-to-day operations, how our budget is done, how the code is done, how our charter, because our charter governs everything. We really want everybody to come out here and support that course. So when we do have interactions or disagreements or misunderstandings, everybody can kind of come from the same place of understanding or shared understanding. So that is still up on our website. If you want to sign up, do it today. At some point, we'll just cut it off so we can make prepare for whatever number we have. But the ideal goal is to have all 40 seats get full. I'm going to take a few minutes and answer a few questions that came from the last working session and commission meeting. There were some questions about the equipment we were spending money on in the near future. So all that money came from our remaining ARPA funds, equipment funds that we already had appropriated to additional equipment maybe like 2 years ago. That's much needed equipment that we couldn't get any other way except ARPA. So that's why you saw those amounts on there. I know it might seem like it's a lot. In any other situation, we wouldn't have that money to pay for that equipment, but we do now. And once we empower our workforce with that extra equipment, they in turn will go out there and do their jobs way, way better. Well, they already do a great job now, but this will give them more capabilities and flexibility to do things we couldn't do in the past. So that's one of those must-haves versus a must-need. And if you got any questions about that, you can always come to my office. I can explain to you how the ARPA process works, how we maintain our equipment, and how we spend any other money in any of our accounts. Just stop by, make an appointment, and we can kind of go from there. And I want to say that's it. I just want to come on briefly. I know a lot of people are still home enjoying this great weather. I mean, we've had some gorgeous days out here, starting with the parade, a beautiful day. Then, of course, we had the snow come in and a great time there. We have the Sergeant Sanders run. It's tomorrow. I want to say it starts at 8, if I'm correct.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Starts at 9 o'clock tomorrow.
Registration at 8.
Yeah, registration at 8, but it starts at 9. It's going to be great weather out there. It's run and walk. Let me make sure I say that because I'm going to be walking. And for those that don't know, my knees did a lot of jumping and running during Army time, and they don't work as good anymore right now. But I encourage you to come join us out there to celebrate Sergeant Sanders' life as we will continue to do in her sacrifice. If you have any questions, I want to believe the flyer is on our page. It's on the Sanders page, and it's located in other areas. So, yeah, please come support that. We also have some other events that are going on as well throughout the weekend, and I can't go over all of them, but they are there. So please support those. And as always, we thank you for supporting local businesses here. I did get another question about the homeless population. So the city works closely with Oath and other organizations on our homeless population. And we have a good inventory. Most of us know where they kind of stay and live directly, and we check on them often. The police department courtroom is open every night if the temperature drops below 40 degrees. So we kind of have those guys and girls there. We have blankets and cots. We get food donated for them, but it's just for when the temperature is below 40 degrees. It's not open any other time. We recognize that February is our coldest month, and that's when we're probably going to have our most people. We did have a few people driving through Waycross that got kind of got trapped here because of the snow. So we were able to get them some shelter, food relief from the elements. So that was great. But we are working on our homeless problem. It's not fixed. It's far from being fixed. We're still trying to do that happy medium of support and crutch and liability. And it's always a difficult problem. We do have a lot of mission partners helping us out. I mentioned Oath. A lot of our churches do the same thing as far as providing space for our citizens who might need a little bit of help. And then we have other organizations that work with our homeless children. So we got a lot of people that's in the fight trying to make this work. But it is a very difficult problem to manage and figure out. But I want everybody to know it is being worked, and we do not leave anybody on the street. If somebody asks for help, then we try to get them help. I know we had a couple situations where it might have looked differently. Like I said, we can't be everywhere at the same time all the time, but we try our best to get out here and help our citizens out, regardless of the economic situation, the tax situations, or whatever. We try to help our citizens out. So I want to put that out there because I know we had a lot of questions about our homeless. Same thing with pets. We try to go around and kind of get the pets we could, but it's very difficult. I would say this: our cats are genius. They're gonna find somewhere to be warm during times like this. So we didn't see many cats out there during the storms. The dogs, not so much. We did rescue a few of the dogs running around during the winter, but I will say most of them know how to keep warm as well. By hugging up each other. So we do have a few dogs still running around, and we'll make our best effort to catch them and get them somewhere to live or rehouse if we can. But we did make the effort. So that's really about it. Like I said, I'm very proud. We're very proud of our public works department team for jump out here on day one during the storm of prepping our roads and streets, other areas, and then our police and fire just keeping you all safe. Unfortunately, we did have a few home fires, and I'll say this too. So as many of you know, we already have most of the homes here are wood. It takes about, I don't want to get misquoted, but it could be like 30 seconds for a house fire, depending on the age of the home and other materials in the home. So and we do got standard times and code, standard performance times to get to locations, but you got to understand, I mean, that fast, it's hard to get to those situations, especially if like a fire thing doesn't go off or something like that to give us notifications. So like I said, we did have a few homes that did get some fire damage, and we're going to come back probably like in a couple of weeks and do some more fire safety videos, so that kind of can start prepping your homes for the winter, especially if you're using like propane and gas and gasoline and other things that that keep you warm, but it can be dangerous if you don't use it in the right way. Yeah, so I see some comments about our public works. Yeah, great team. I know there were some questions about our equipment. So yes, we don't have snowplows. Just financially, it doesn't really make any sense. Right now, it doesn't make any sense. We're looking like we're having some snow probably, I think it's like every 7.8 years, something like that. And even then, it's not been like a lot of snow. But like I said, my acting public works director, Matt, he has got a real experience. So you might disagree with how he was moving the snow, but believe me, he knew what he was doing, and he got to move where it should have been moved at. And we couldn't get all the streets. We tried to focus on the major connectors. We had help by GDOT for the main highways and bridges. And then we tried to kind of come get the main flow of traffic areas. We did not get down all the way to the neighborhoods. We just don't have the manpower to do that. That's why we've been asking everybody to kind of stay home and wait for the sun to do his work as well, which the sun is doing a great job of getting rid of the rest of this ice that we have on the roads. But once again, we got a great team, and I stand by them, on anything. I mean, they put in work, and they care about what they do. So, and I see everybody getting their props out, and I appreciate that. With our police, sometimes you can't see what they're doing. We did have to monitor some roads that had low light on them. We did block off some roads that we knew would be issues with ice and then darkness. So a lot of our police was out doing that type of thing and making house calls. I don't say this a lot, but if the police chief, they get calls. Sometimes we get calls from people out of Waycross saying, "Hey, can you go check on my family member?" And that's what the police do. They'll ride to those houses and they'll check on our family members, and they're helping out as best they can. So, as I stated yesterday, we do got not large. I think a third of our population will be considered elderly. Hey, I'm considered elderly. I'm over 50. So, but yeah, we try to make sure we go check on them. Those we know about. Many commissioners have a list. They got like a list that they have provided me to go check on certain people, and I do some house calls as well. The police department. And then we have some community activists that do the same thing, probably more than we do, that go around making sure that our elderly people or people in need stay warm during these last couple of days. So special shout out to those individuals. It's too many for me to name. You are appreciated, and we thank you for your efforts assisting us and assisting our citizens. And like I said, it was just a great overall collaboration of taking care of Waycross citizens. And I did an interview, one of the interviews, and I discussed this. We've had a lot of storms that have come through here. I've been here to be 2 years in March, and I got to say it's been at least 4 storms. I mean, major storms. And I know each time it's like, man, this is a life-changing event. This is a, 1 out of a million. It's like, and then here comes another one. I don't know what's going on. Like I say, it might have followed me here. I'm not sure, but hopefully it didn't. But we're doing our best. I mean, we are doing our best. We try to give you updates and prep for the storm, and then during recovery, we try to get out here and do what we're supposed to be doing. Then after the storm, after recovery, we try to follow up as well. So great team. Hopefully, I feel like we got enough practice now. So we've had flooding, we had rain, we had heat, and we had snow. I don't think we need any other tests about how to manage weather right now. We are trained in Army status on those type of events, and and joking about that right now, but just being serious, that's a great thing. So each time these events happen, we get better at managing them. And while I'm talking about management, I do want to say Jonathan Daniels, he's our emergency management coordinator and supervisor. He did a great job. You might not know who he is, or you might not even see who he is, but he keeps us informed, both the city and the county, working with GDOT and the state for our emergency services. He tracked the storm. I mean, he started sending updates to my office probably 3 weeks ago about the storm coming in. He takes his job very seriously, and he comes in just like the rest of us. He was here every day working, trying to make sure everybody was safe. So if I'm gonna make sure one day we get him on video so everybody know who he is, because he's helped guide us since I've been here through the hurricanes, through the flooding, and not through the snow. So he's a great asset to this community and one of the unsung heroes that nobody kind of knows about. But without him, this has been way more difficult than what it was, like any other event. So if you hear right now, Jonathan, thank you very much. Let me look at the comments. Yeah. So let me go back to, I said earlier, we got a lot of visitors here right now. So like I said, if you are a restaurant or a vendor, a food truck, small business, please, if you open right now, I mean, I know like yesterday we kind of closed early, but we can be open a little bit longer today, please do. Like I said, people have been calling me, asking what restaurant to go to. And I just been, I try to support everybody here, restaurant wise. I've even pointed them towards the Okefenokee Swamp. Now, I don't know if the gate's going to be out today because it's been kind of cold. And I don't know the hours of that. Are we open today? Okay.
They are open today.
So we're open today as well down there. So if you listen to me right now, you're a traveler here and you want to come through for the snow, go ahead and make your way down there as well. That's a great event too for a family to kind of take part in, and hopefully you stay here for the whole weekend. I believe we do got a little bit of hotel space open right now, but if not, we got a lot of Airbnbs that open right now downtown. throughout the community. So anybody once again listening to my voice and you coming away across for the snow, come here for other things as well, because we got a lot of great things going on. And I welcome you as well to Sergeant Sanders Run tomorrow if you're visiting in town. So yeah. And that's it. I don't want to keep repeating the same thing today. I'm gonna probably cut this off at 1 o'clock. But if you got any major questions I need to answer, I think I've been answering all the texts today. So the mail, and I won't misquote the mail room. I know they tried to deliver on all the days, but of course, you know, with this ice and slick, they couldn't deliver in some cases. So I believe they're back on schedule. What I'm gonna do after I get off here, I'm gonna stop by to make sure, but I'm pretty sure they're back on schedule. The same thing with UPS and all those other service delivery organizations. But you know, special props to our mail room. Even if they didn't come deliver those days, they did come they came to work and they sorted the mail. So I want to special out to them because they do that every storm as well. They're trying to deliver that mail to you because we know how sometimes how special those packages can be. So special props to them. And outside of that, my Mr. Simmons, you know, he's the director of all our information systems stuff. So he does a lot of these posts, and well, his team does a lot of these posts. So he put out a post the other day about what was open yesterday. So we probably do that again today. Although I think everything's back open right now. I want to say normal hours, but I'll just say that you call and verify. I went around yesterday and talked to several restaurant owners to kind of get their plan, and most of them plan to be open today and tomorrow, back normal hours, that is. Next week, temperature's going to rise again. I think we might be in the 70s some days. So if you haven't done it already, go ahead and get your medicine because you're probably going to get a little bit sick. Go get your airborne. I think they call it airborne. Get your airborne tablets because the sun's going to come right back. And I think the week after that, another cold front. Once again, I can't explain this. I don't know what's going on. We try to let you prepare for the weather as it continues to change. Yeah, so we got like 8 minutes left. I'll just kind of pause there. And if you got any questions you want to ask about anything, like I said, I didn't go into any detail about the normal stuff I would talk about because I think we all needed a good break. I think the snow couldn't have come at a better time. You know, we do got a lot of things going on in the city, and you know, sometimes you need a break just to kind of reset. And I think that snow allowed us to get a break. And I know, and somebody just texted me this morning asking about a snowman contest. I was thinking about that, but we couldn't get no judges. Well, next time it snows, and I probably won't be here because it's probably 15 years from now. But if I'm here next time it snows, we'll be more proactive. We'll try to get some type of contest going on for best snowman. I see a lot of great statues out there by the kids. So you know, kudos to the kids. They had a ball out there doing the snow. Some of them their first time doing snow. So once again, we're very thankful for that snow. Yes, the commissioners. Now they have to go to training today. GMA, but before they left, they got around the mayor, make sure they put hands on our most vulnerable people, those needing help. And they've instructed me to keep doing that today and tomorrow. Although I think tomorrow the weather's going to be back in the 50s and 60s, so that might not be an issue. But if you're without something, like I said, just reach out to my office. And like I said, the churches are involved right now. As you remember, we had the hurricane. All the churches are prepped for this type of stuff as well. And some of our other organizations, which I can't name everybody, but we have some other nonprofits that are out right now. I'll mention one. They helped us with the homeless shelter last night, and with all nights, actually. They came and fed the homeless. And I'm not remembering the organization's name. I feel bad that I said it. Hopefully we can get it put in the comments here. But I do want to thank them. They went out there and they brought food for the homeless. We also got stuff donated once again from Mr. Daniels. We had blankets and cots for those people needing blankets and cots for warmth. So just a great team effort. Everybody was involved, and I love it when the community comes together and really cares about each other. I think I speak for everybody when I say that. Hopefully we can do that when it's not involved around storms or death or adverse stuff. If that could be our day to day, we'll get so much farther on trying to make Waycross better. I'm getting my little watch text. So, all right. So with the roads, I know I briefed some changes that was coming, and then I briefed some pre-decisional proposed changes. So I'll make sure I say that. So with Osby Davis, I want you to think of it this way. Albany Avenue, how that's that concept with the center lane and the one lane, that was the proposal for Osby Davis. Can everybody kind of see that in there? Hope everybody can kind of visualize that. The reason why it's kind of important, because if they do that, much like Albany Avenue, they would, fix a lot of the leaks in plumbing on the right-of-ways. So that really help us out. I encourage you to drive both roads so you can understand if you feel like it's going to slow down Osby Davis, because it's not. But do that for yourself so you kind of can understand. And then, and once again, this is pre-decisional. We haven't made a decision. GDOT's brought to our attention. I think it'll be great for us for that little bit stretch of road, and to get all the plumbing fixed that will save the city millions and millions of dollars that we don't really have right now to fix things. So, with the other situation, I was briefing. I don't want to go too far on this, but so when I say raised medium, that is cement. So if you can, I'm trying to think of an area we got raised mediums in the city already. I'm trying to. We might not have no areas in the city like that, but who remembers the game Frogger? Anybody in the audience? It's just like an island, a cement island. Look at it that way. That will allow people trying to walk across, or to kind of stop, so they're not sitting in the middle of traffic and they're not in the same area with cars trying to turn, if that makes sense. What I'll do, I'll just come back later on and just kind of rebrief that about the road, because I did go over that kind of quickly because the storm was coming in. But now that I received a lot of questions and comments on that, I'll come back and rebrief that next week. Is that fair? We'll do it that way. And then when I was talking about the lights changing, normally at a crosswalk, when somebody hits that button, it's going to be a yellow light. When I was talking about changing the lights to red, it'll be a red light. And y'all know yellow and red, you tend to stop when you see a red light. So, but I'll go into that to detail next week. So I want to make sure everybody understands that. I don't want everybody to get all routed up, because even with the raised mediums and crosswalk changing, the commission still got to vote on that. I think right now they are in favor of it, but we're going to take a good vote next meeting, and then kind of go from there. So I know I didn't explain it all the way to you, but like I said, if you can look at Albany Avenue, that's what we could envision possibly pre-decisionally happening to Osby Davis, starting with the bypass, working its way down to Plant Avenue. Hope I answered that question. All right. Got a few more minutes here in the chats, or if anybody want to ask a question or make a comment. And once again, I appreciate you all, highlighting and thanking our whole team here. We have other people too that's working just as hard. You can't see them. They're behind the scenes helping me with the coordination. My other two directors just, really don't see as much. When you look at the police, the fire and public works directors, we're kind of out there. So I mentioned Mr. Simmons, but Mr. Smith is our finance coordinator. Mr. Hawkins, he's our community development investment. Marissa, she's HR. So they do a lot of things too behind the scenes to ensure our workforce has what they need, especially the HR department and the finance department, to do their jobs more effectively. Mr. Hawkins, although he's community development, he's trying to evolve to other things, and he's really taking looking at better approaches for our animal management. I know we got a lot of questions about about that. I really can't go into that right now, but we're trying to look at other ways to combat our cat problem. I know we got a lot of cats running around, and our dog population. So believe me, he's looking at all kind of different approaches and avenues. Some costing money, some not. Some linking up with other organizations to figure that out. But he's in the fight with that, as well as, and I'll touch on this too, just building safety. I seen some posts about things happening because the building wasn't inspected properly. We don't play that. We want to make sure everybody's safe. So that's why maybe sometimes our building inspections are a little bit harder than others. But as you've been seeing here lately with these fires, electrical fires, all these things, that's why we got to do our job, and it's a tough job, But anyway, I'm proud of our entire team because everybody's out here doing great things for the community because they live, they play, and they work here. So this is their community too. Make sure I ain't miss no questions about anybody. All right. So we got about 1 minute left. I'm gonna do a quick summary of everything. So like I said, we had a good snow break. We had a good prep. We had some good mitigation during the snow falling, and then we had a great recovery. So special kudos to our team, which we mentioned several times on this post and while I've been speaking. The communication was great this time. I think we really got the information to all the citizens that needed to hear it. I do want to reach out to our news organizations they came down to, and they were out in snow with you as well, explaining stuff. So we appreciate all the news organizations that came into Waycross, helped us out. Continue to enjoy the snow. We got a lot of visitors here right now. So that showed them that Waycross love that we have, like no other city has, or they're here visiting. And then, like I said, be safe out there. Just always be safe. So we still have a lot of, some cases, salt and dirt mix on the road. So there's still a lot of stuff on you. Just remember, when you're driving too fast, you're kicking that stuff back up on somebody's windshield. We have a lot of kids still outside right now playing, and they'll be this through the weekend in the snow. So please slow down around the parks and definitely within the neighborhoods. And then it's overall, just slow down. The construction on the railroads it started as well. So you're going to see a lot of railroads either shut down for reinstalling the rails or getting ready for the repavement. So just be aware of all that, what's going on. Stay in touch with us by app, distribution list, face-to-face. Call your commissioner, call myself. And with that, I wish everybody a great Friday. Get out there and play in the snow. Throw some snowballs. And as always, stay warm, safe, and protected.